50 miles per hour may be slower than the posted speed limit on this highway and be a safe speed on a clear, dry day. However, just because it's below the speed limit doesn't mean it will always be a safe speed to drive. Remember to adjust your speed based on the conditions you're driving in. Now, these conditions can, and often do, change during a trip. Let's discuss some of these changing conditions which require speed adjustments. These include weather conditions, road characteristics, weight distribution, traffic, and time of day. Weather. Wet weather conditions greatly affect your tire's ability to maintain traction. When it starts to rain, oil and dirt on the road mix with the water and create a very slippery surface. So, it takes longer to stop and is harder to turn. Hydroplaning also becomes a problem when the roads are wet. Your tires may start to ride on a thin film of water as it collects on the road. Now, when this happens, you lose all traction and the ability to steer, brake, and control your truck. Now, this can happen at any speed, so be alert and prepared every time it's wet outside. Now, snowy weather is also problematic when it comes to traction. If there's enough powder to cover the road, it can form a slick, smooth surface. A heavier, slushy snow can build up and decrease vehicle control. If the snow gets hard-packed, it can become an ice hazard. Blowing snow and the wind gusts that typically come with it also present a challenge to driving. They can reduce your visibility, cause whiteout situations, and create icy spots on the roadway. Shady areas, overpasses, and bridges are more dangerous in snowy weather. Even though the snow may be melting on the road, it can remain in shaded areas. Overpasses and bridges generally freeze much quicker than the regular road surface. So, even though a majority of the road may still be dry, the surface on the bridge could be snowy and/or icy. Now, when you encounter wet or snowy conditions, remember to reduce your speed. How much you should slow down depends on what type of weather you encounter. For example, icy road conditions dictate that you reduce your speed significantly more than if you encounter only wet road conditions. The most important thing to remember when determining what speed is appropriate is to choose a speed where you're confident that you can safely maneuver and stop your truck. If you feel it's unsafe to drive in the current weather conditions, find a safe haven, park your equipment, and notify your fleet manager. It's your responsibility to decide if it's safe to be on the road. And if you feel you're being pressured to drive in conditions that are beyond your skill level, notify the safety department.